What is up, everybody? How the hell are we doing? Welcome back to another episode of the Bean Dip Podcast. You know what it is. We're, just gonna be fucking around today. And shit, what a beautiful day in the neighborhood, guys. I just seen the fucking the Mr. Rogers documentary. Holy hell, bro. That guy is scarily nice. I think he should have actually played the clown It, because he could have definitely tricked kids into going into a gutter, if you know what I'm saying. Hello, you're very special. Come down here and we'll play. I know I sound a creepy version of Mr. Rogers, but imagine the little kid that, followed the stream of water into the gutter, and he sees Mr. Rogers just smiling, zipping up his fucking sweater, tying his shoe. Hello, neighbor. I would want to go down there. It's Mr. Rogers, dude. He's the nicest. He might be the second coming of Jesus Christ. I don't think he's gay, but I would definitely go gay for him. I don't know why I've been on such a gay rant these past fucking couple episodes. I wouldn't go gay for Mr. Rogers. But, I would pray to him. I'll pray to Mr. Rogers. Fuck God. Mr. Rogers is cool, man. He's a nice guy. Yeah. But I wouldn't drive to Mr. Rogers' house with these fucking gas prices. Fuck no, bro. It's so crazy bad, dude. It's not even that crazy bad, but it's crazy bad. But it's not, but it is. But it is, but it's not, but it is. Okay? The fact that, I can't even do an open mic because it's so expensive. If I go do it, just one open mic, just to get there is going to kill half my tank. And back, I got to fill it up again. It's $50 just to set us at half of the tank. That shit is way too much, man. And what, I guess isn't this a result of the Russian and Ukraine war or something? Ukraine, bro. Just let Russia take over, dog. They're a fucking monster house anyway, bro. We need our gas to be cheaper. Okay? I don't know how that works out. But if Russia wins and our gas goes down to $3, I'm with it. Okay? If Ukraine wins and it only goes down $1, it's good, but $3 a gallon is nice, if you know what I mean. Cheaper gas, stronger fucking what's it called? The political party shit. Communists. We got a stronger communist nation in the world. There's a balance. You need the balance. Stronger communism, cheaper gas. You choose. You decide. But it's true, man. I've only been able to do one this week. I tried Flappers. I went there yesterday. It was for an audition. Trying to get on that show, want to see what's up. I've never performed at Flappers, and I always miss the fucking open mics, and I always miss their auditions. So it'd be nice. It's crazy, dude. The amount of people I've heard talk shit about the auditions for Flappers. I've literally heard from maybe at least 2 people. Okay, it's not that. But, 2's a lot. If there's 2, there's going to be a third. It's not there's just 2 people in the whole world that are thinking this. And if there's a third, there could be a fourth. I'm just saying it's going to get bigger and bigger the more, the more you know. But they would say, basically you'll just get random people that come off the street and just try to do the audition. And, I thought oh shit, okay. This is going to be cool. They'll spot me right away, But I mean, if I had to be fair, I think there is only a handful of people that I thought possibly were serious about being comedians. Maybe about, okay, so let's put that in. There's probably like 10%, 10-15% of the people that auditioned that I thought were like, they can actually do something with it. There's probably, maybe like the rest, the bigger portion, like 80% or even 90% of the crowd was like older people that I don't think had any shot in doing comedy. I mean, yeah, you can do comedy. You can like still go out there, audition, like open mics, but as how far you get, who knows, And then, yeah, I think there was probably like one dude. There's probably like one dude who probably didn't give a fuck about it. Maybe two. They just go up, they do their shit, and they dip. They don't care about it. But it was okay. I didn't get to finish one of my bits. It was like fuck. Jesus Christ. Come on, bro. I didn't get to finish my second bit. I was talking about working in the restaurant. Yeah, I kind of wasted time. And it made me think about like Kill Tony, Like, why be silly and waste time with crowd work, And that's kind of what I did. And the semi crowd work that I did, like, it didn't even work. I was just like, hey, what's up, flappers? Make some noise, right on. And, for all you old people with an oxygen tank, at least wheeze, and I kind of pointed at an older gentleman and he kind of freaked out, like, what the fuck? Like, me? He didn't say it, but his body gesture, like, me, what? Like that. And I'm just like, oh shit, you didn't have one? I thought I seen one on you. But, I'm just trying to fuck around. Didn't get anywhere. And then so I was getting into one of my bits, but I actually said it backwards, which you can't really tell. It still worked either way, but it was just kind of funny how things were playing out. And I got halfway into my restaurant joke, and then the time was cut. So, I mean, I still got laughs. It was still cool. And then I guess the weird thing about it is they give you a critique. So, I mean, I feel like the weird thing about, like, so far what I think about, like, when, people want to give you critiques or whatever, like, doing comedy, sometimes it's hard to take it in because, yeah, there's the idea that, like, some of these can help and you could just switch things up and it gets better. But then there's also the idea that you just got to go out there and perform it. And yeah, you're going to adjust it, but like, say for instance, that person gives you that critique. You go out and try it in an open mic. How are you wouldn't really ever know unless you practiced it with that word change. Like, you would have to practice it and, like, with other crowds to see, does it work? Like, so I don't know. It's weird. But the guy, he said, the guy that I guess was doing the booking and giving out the critiques, he didn't really give me a critique. He said, I don't have any critique for you. The only thing I would do is just start off with the restaurant joke. So either way, he liked it. I'm sure he liked my presence. And honestly, I know it didn't hit my crowd work joke, calling out the old people. But it must have worked for him because he said he had no critique for me. So I thought that was interesting as well. It was kind of funny. On the way back to my car, there's this other comedian who was their older gentleman. He probably looked like maybe in his early 50s, maybe early 50s. He kind of had like a, I don't want to say like a redneck kind of mustache who likes NASCAR. He had the white, kind of dirty white hair, like goldish hints in it. He had like the shades, and he was pissed, man. He was fucking pissed. I'm sure he got booked, but I mean, I don't know what room they're trying to book for. I guess there's the Yoo-hoo room, and then there's like the main room. And he was trying to get booked into the main room, and I guess the booker said, you're not, ready for the main room. And he got upset. He was mad about it. He's like, they told me, they tell you to bring your gold material, your A material. You bring it, and then they say it's not gold. And dude, I was fucking dying inside. I was just laughing, only because it's like, I mean, shit, dude, that, I guess that could only mean one thing. Just, you're not ready, bro. Just go back out there, keep on practicing, keep on, I didn't tell him any of that stuff. Like, I was just saying, hey, well, hey, fuck him, bro. It's all good. Fuck it. You know what I mean? Like, what else am I supposed to fucking tell this guy? I don't even know him, but we just seen each other at the mic. So that was interesting, and he's like, I was like, hey, fuck it, bro. Fuck it. Whatever, And he's like, yeah, you're right, Russell. Fuck it and fuck everyone. I was just like, okay, later. I don't know what you say as you're leaving when you say something like that. Like, it's definitely not a conversation starter because we're leaving. So it's just like, okay, yeah, fuck them, peace. But yeah, I guess they're supposed to send us emails. And I don't care about which side of the room I'm in. I don't give a fuck. I think the idea of like, or the thought of like how long I've been doing this and how long it's going to take to actually do anything with it is like settling in with me, so I'm kind of like not, how can I say this? I'm not being so flustered by outcomes or maybe the size of an audience. I mean, I guess that still does matter, but not really, just right now it's just, hey, just go out there. You're pretty much, I'm in it, like I'm in the cesspool of comics that can be called for a show, so yeah, like, don't worry about it. As long as I'm out there doing my thing and people see me doing you're gonna get shows, so who cares? I don't know. But yeah, like, going back to the gas price shit, like, I still gotta bust it, I still gotta go out there, I still gotta do it. I don't know if I'm gonna do one tonight, but I feel like I want to do a couple tomorrow. Just keep on busting. I have two new, well, it's mostly one new joke. I have this other joke about RuPaul's Drag Race that I don't know if it'll be a regular joke of mine or one that I could just practice until I go back to the gay bar and do their open mic. Yeah, which I attempted RuPaul and like my first, I did a RuPaul riff, if you will, and it kind of worked. I mostly got the fat white girls to cheer, but it was cool. So yeah, I'll be practicing those for now until I come up. Hopefully I could come up on another show, and then I'll just keep on doing my same set. Yeah, but having to drive like to these far places, it kind of like, like it, I always think about, will I ever ride a motorcycle again? Like, I think in general, I think I will. but not like where it's uh like an everyday thing where I'm just relying on the motorcycle. Um yeah, I don't want to do that. I don't know if I've ever talked about this on the podcast before, but when I did have my motorcycle, it was stolen. I don't know if I ever told the story of how that happened on here, but basically I had my homeboy over. We were chilling in my room, just drinking, smoking, hanging out, and he dips around 2, and I don't even notice or anything. I guess I'm just not thinking about it. And I live in like this kind of townhome looking area. There's no gate or anything, but there is a parking inside for the people that live in this area. Well, I parked on the outside of it, just on the main street. It's just like a small residential road, but I parked on that street. And, I walk my friend out, whatever, peace, I go back, and, my roommate hits me up like at 10 in the morning saying, "Hey, what's up? Are you home?" And I was like, "Yeah, I'm home. What's up?" And he's like, "Well, your bike's not here." And I was like, "What? It should be here, dude. I haven't left." So I go out there and it's gone. That shit is fucking gone. And I mean, I wondered for a second if I was like tripping, but no, it was gone, man. Like, I didn't go anywhere. And so I made it the police report and everything, whatever. So I think it was gone for like, I want to say 4 months. Maybe like 4 months. And during that time, I feel like I developed like a little worry about driving the bike again. I've gotten into one accident on the motorcycle. It wasn't bad. I've dropped it a bunch of times. And who knows if, I don't know, like maybe lifting such a heavy thing, like maybe that's injured me in some way. I'm not sure. I did have like a hernia not that long ago, so I don't know. So it's just all these things that like that I think about is like, fuck it, like they're fun as fuck, the feeling of like, gaining speed on a motorcycle feels great. Cutting through traffic is probably one of the best feelings in the world. And it just fucking looks cool, man. It's just it's a whole thing. But yeah, like I think just the other side of it has really gotten to me, Like I think literally every day that I was gonna get on the bike, I thought like, oh fuck, today can be the day. Like today could be the day that I'm either breaking all the bones in my body or I'm fucking dead. And I mean, obviously, I still drove fearless. You know what I mean? Like, I didn't want to drive worried because, I didn't want to get into an accident. And I didn't want to be tripping out when I should be focused on the road. So I think one of the reasons why I had so much confidence in, like, riding the motorcycle for some reason was my ability to ride on a bicycle, as silly as that sounds. But I could ride the bike without any hands. I could turn a corner with a bike without any hands. I've rode in the streets with busy traffic, so I'm not afraid of cars. I don't know if that's enough to justify why I was confident, but I don't get it either. But now I'm sure I could just get up on it and practice, start all over. But the confidence is gone. The ambition and the eagerness is gone for the motorcycle, So I think I would just rather get one later on down along the line and just use it leisurely. You know, if I don't want to use the gas, like it maybe in a situation like this, like since gas is hella expensive to go to a mic, fuck it, let me bust it. You know? Or maybe go down the street, you know, to the store. Just little things. You know, because on the bike, you would literally, to fill up that tank, my bike, it would be $10 a week. It would be $10 a week. You know, there was like when it came to like filling up the tank, you know how when it comes to your car, say it takes like $50 to fill up your tank, you'd be like, nah, I'm not gonna put the full 50 today. I'm just gonna put in 20. You know, and you can still get by for like the day. Like on a motorcycle, you don't need to do that. Just fill that shit up. It's $10. I mean, you could put in $2, but that's like, bro, if you have $2, I'm sure you I don't know. Why don't you have $10 if you don't have $2? I don't know why that doesn't make sense, but to me that makes sense. If you got $2, you must have 10. There's no way you only have $2. I don't know why that seems the way it does to me, but it just makes sense. Anyway, so yeah, I would always fill up the tank, you know, on my bike, and it was dope. Yeah, I do miss it. Yeah, I do miss it, but I don't know. I want to see how many deaths there are a year, you know, when it comes to motorcyclists, you know. Shit. I fucking put this shit on airplane mode so nobody bugs me while I so I do the podcast. Yeah, let me see. Hold on one second. I need to Alright, what's this called? Motorcycle deaths a year. Per year in California. How about, let's just be more exact, in Los Angeles. Los Angeles County fatal motorcycle accidents. There were 235 crashes in 2014. 247 crashes in 2015, 296 crashes in 2016, 276 crashes in 2017, and 221 crashes in 2018. With these numbers, it is calculated that Los Angeles faces an estimated average of 255 motorcycle crashes a year. But that doesn't say the fatality, does it? I mean, motorcycle deaths. Motorcycle fatalities decreased 9.4% from 523 in 2018 to 474 in 2019. Whew, fuck. I mean, that's fucking wild, man. $474. See, I don't want to be... See, like, I've always had this, like, philosophy, and in some way I feel like it's worked out for me, to some degree, you know, I'm sure. But, you know, just hear this out, you know. So I always say, you know, the closer you are to danger, the further you are from death, you know. So I guess what I'm saying is sometimes, like, you have the... I guess it sounds worse. You know, sometimes you have the chance to be lucky enough to make it out of these intense situations. You know, but saying sometimes isn't... it sounds bad. But I mean, it's fitting with how I feel about the motorcycle, okay? So it's like, yeah, maybe once or twice you can bust a long trip on a motorcycle and you'll make it. But if you're busting these missions every fucking day, I think you're bound to get into a fucking accident and getting into something shitty. So having to ride a motorcycle every fucking day, your odds are against you. You know, that's what I'm saying. And that's the reason why I don't think I will go back to riding the motorcycle regularly. It would be just like a leisurely thing, just I don't want to I don't want to go do this fucking grocery shopping for milk, or since my girlfriend's vegan, almond milk or oat milk. I don't want to do this mission for silk. So yeah, I'm gonna take the bike. But yeah, I don't know, man. And I guess like it's probably just due to like getting older. You know what I mean? Like maybe when I was younger, I wasn't thinking about consequences and all this stuff. I mean, I'm not even that old. I'm only 32, but I think you do start making decisions. And I mean, like check this out. I feel like over the past 4 years, progressively, and maybe what's the reverse of that? Or unprogressively, non-progress. I have no idea. And when it came to music and the way I've sought for it and the way I felt for it and like kind of listened to it was so much different before than it is now. And like, to tell you the truth now, I listen to music sometimes. It's not all the time. Like if there's nothing, usually if there's no podcast to listen to or nothing like talk show oriented, then I'm probably not, then maybe I'll listen to music. But it wasn't that way before. I was all about music, finding about new shit, like maybe different artists, and the way the music was, like, have it affect me in my life. And you know what I mean? I embraced it. I sucked it in. I sucked that music dick, Fucking let it jizz all over my face. But I think I outgrew it. Or something. I don't know what the hell happened. Podcasts like fucking took over my life, and just listening to it all the time. And I don't know the change in my brain, what happened. It went from being, like magical stories and wonder and great things to like maybe being not cynical, but like just being like actually maybe just nothing there, maybe nothing in my brain. That's why I just need things to fill it, like useless chatter or something, because it's not like these things are saying anything important. Sometimes it's just like funny shit or like just random conversations. I don't know. Like I have playlists, and I feel like finding out about music is different now too. Back then you could go to different record shops, and I mean, yes, you still can. You still can do it there. I'm sure there are people that are out there that still go out and buy records. I was never I never got into records. I never had a record player. I barely got one now, but I don't really go record shopping. Maybe I should more often, but what I would do, I'd buy CDs, And I thought the cool fucking thing about CDs was like they had like little pamphlets inside. You would open the CD and it would have the cover art, and then you open it and it would just tell about the artist or have like a little like drawing inside or just something cool, and then like listening to the album, like the CD. I don't know what to say. How it was an experience, listening to music was an experience. Now I feel it's like I listen to music just because it's like, yeah, I like the way that sounds and it's cool if it's in the background, just like while I'm thinking on my own shit, rambling in my own head about my own shit. But the music is not being experienced, it's just there. And maybe I could eventually get back into like being like kind of super passionate about finding new stuff again and being like super into music, Dude, I hate saying that word super sometimes. It sounds so fucking like dorky or something. That's super. Oh man, that is super cool. I don't know. Anyway. But yeah, I don't know. Yeah, I just listen to mostly podcasts. I like listening to sports radio, or I'll even watch those sports shows. So it's a lot of banter. It's a lot of just talking that I enjoy listening to. I think the last group that I found out about that I was like, holy shit, like this is fucking dope, was Griselda. They're a rap trio. Let me see if I could pull up the members. It's Benny the Butcher, Conway the Machine, and West Side Gun. Dope ass group. I love the dude West Side Gun. His sound is fucking sick as shit. It's so hilarious though, cause my girlfriend, she hates the shit out of them, and like I'll barely put it on in like 5 seconds of it, and she'll be like, "Oh my god, dude." I don't know who it might. I think it's West Side Gun. He makes these fucking noises, and it's probably gonna sound fucking annoying coming from me, but like it'll just be these little like samples of his voice going yeah 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 yeah, or they'll have like they'll be like brrr. You literally hear them like roll their tongues like that. Brrr. I think it's the greatest shit. You know what I mean? Like it. I don't know. You guys will have to check it out. I think they have a song called Something Bird. I think it's Miss Bird or something like that. Let me see if I could look it up. Dr. Birds. Yeah, Dr. Birds. Sick ass song. You guys have to check that out for yourselves. But yeah, man. And then especially getting into everything that I get into, it's like, how could I really... Because that's what I would do. I would sit down and research. I would like reference, it'd be a whole thing. Finding out the history of artists is like sometimes super intriguing, like you think everybody's like in their own thing, like kind of just coming up separately, but all these dudes have been knowing each other. They've been doing like gigs with each other for a long time. Not necessarily like being themselves in their own shows and playing with each other, but they see each other around. You know what I mean? And that's the same thing with comedians. It's like you're gonna see these people around. Yeah, and that's like the pretty cool part, just to see who's friends with who's collaborated with who, and all this stuff. Like, I guess speaking about all this, like this comedy stuff, like pretty much how I've been feeling about it like lately is, it gets better, man. Like, the longer you stay in it, the more you keep with it, it gets better. I mean, I'm sure there's gonna be some stale periods where it's like nothing's going on. It doesn't seem, but I mean, I think for me, I'm just gonna hold on to those words of those comedians always saying, "Never give up," you know. But so far, like a year, a little bit more than a year in, like it feels it's awesome. I feel like maybe over the past month or couple months, my performance on stage is elevated. Like I have more energy on stage. I could feel it in my voice when I talk. I could feel it in my the way I tell the joke. Sometimes the riffing has been becoming like somewhat easier for me, like when I open, because riffing is harder than you guys think. It's super hard. You have to just be like quick with it, like hitting punch jokes or hitting punchlines when they're supposed to be there, when you're not sure what's gonna be there. Like that's super hard. But I've been able to like open up with a riff for my sets, which is cool. I kind of like doing that. And just I don't want to say the camaraderie, but just kind of you seeing yourself and these other comics and you growing with them, like as comics, is a cool ass thing. It stops becoming like a competitive thing for me. And honestly, lately that's kind of how it's been. Like, I don't have how do you say it? Like, I don't get jealous really when I see like some comedians getting booked or whatever. I would get jealous sometimes. And it's like, you can't let those things, obviously it wouldn't stop me, but it would make me want to work harder. But right now it's just like, I said, I'm in the before, I'm in the cesspool of comics. And I say cesspool because it's a large pool of different fucking shit. There's so many different kinds of comedians out there, from all parts of the spectrum. So I mean, I'm telling you, a guy tried to roast me with the rhyme last week, so you never know what's gonna happen. But yeah, I like it, and then just kind of recognizing, I think I like it now, where in the beginning, maybe I totally understand it now, who knows, but like, I guess it was awkward for everybody trying to just ingratiate each other with each other, like trying to get to know each other, because I would say random shit just to like be cool with these people. And some comics I may never gain a relationship with, and that's okay. I don't need to be like buddy with everybody. We're just there to do our shit. Yeah, and I mean, I have some friends that are comedians now. I've had them on this podcast, if you guys have heard already, and they're super fucking dope people. So, and there's another comedian I want to have on soon. I'm not sure which episode yet, but there will be another one. And I always have like good times with these dudes, So, when we go to shows, when we're hanging out, it's just like smoking weed, joking around, and which is what I love, because it's like, what what else are we doing here, right? Like, we came to do comedy. Why not fucking make ourselves laugh, and chill the fuck out, as we're doing it. But yeah, it's been fucking dope, man. It's been really cool. Um, and and honestly, this podcast has been fucking great too. Like, just like to hear and see myself grow as like somebody who can provide content, through just speaking. You know what I mean? Like, it's a pretty cool thing. What I've noticed is, like, the amount of time, and this is a lot of my podcasts, I'm not writing anything. I write topics of what I'm going to get into, but there's no script, there's nothing. I'm just like going off the top of my head. And I'll see some dudes with, on podcasts where it's like, they have over like an hour in their content, and I'm not saying like I'm trying to like, oh, that makes it more if it's over an hour. But I think as I get better, it'll be easier to fill time. Maybe it's like, it'd be sick to have like a studio to do that too, where you're just there for the podcast. I don't know. Spending more money for what? Just do it at your pad in front of your dog or your cat or whatever the fuck you have, But I'm enjoying the whole thing of it. I'm loving this, and me and my girlfriend were talking about, actually, because we've been talking about it for a while, is either starting an open mic or doing our own show, where we have comics perform for our show. And really, I think right now what I want to do is I just want to do an open mic. I don't think I want to do the show just yet. That will come eventually, but I think the open mic will be the coolest thing right now. Just to, yo, baby, I know in the pool, yeah, they say fucking just jump in the water, to not deal with like, you don't want to tiptoe in cold water. It's going to be harder to get your whole body in there. You just want to fucking either cannonball or fucking dive head first, and typically when it's cold ass water, I dive fucking head first, dog. I don't give a fuck, if it's ice, I'm hitting it and I'm fucking coming out with a bloody head, because that's just my philosophy. You dive head first, even if it's ice, but this time it's like, I could dive head first, but I actually have to do something right now, and I don't have time to do that right now. So, let's fit this in by like, I'm just going to sit down poolside with my feet in the water. Let's do that. That's super chill. I'm not a hot chick, but I'm enjoying the time. I'm enjoying the space around me, splashing my toes in the water, like a little kid, like, with my floaties on my arms, pretending like I'm swimming while everybody else is doing the real swimming. Ooh, this is so fun. So yeah, I don't know when it's gonna come out, but we're gonna do it soon. It's just all about getting the stuff, and once we have the stuff, I think that's when we find the location. Once I have the location, I have to find somebody who does posters, or not posters, but like flyers, those online flyers. Everybody has a flyer for their show, so I got to find somebody who can do that. And yeah, man, just go from there. So we shall see. If anybody knows somebody that does those online flyers, comedians, if you know anybody that does those flyers for shows and open mics and all that, hit me up, let me know. Yeah, and I think that's it for it, folks. That's all. I don't have anything coming up, no shows. Just, chilling right now. I'm sure some will come up. You guys just got to keep posted on my podcast. I mean, on my Instagram. I'll always be posting shit. And remember, for those of you, by the way, for those of you that are listening, my new IG is Russ Comedy. My shit was hacked. My older profile was hacked. So there is my hacked profile. I think the last I seen, it was like underscore with my name Russ and then underscore. It's a hacker. He's probably messaging you guys. Dude, if it's like it's a picture of me, but it's like a purple silhouette or whatever. It looks purple. Let's just say that, whatever. That is not my shit anymore. I made an attempt to recover it today, but just to be safe, everybody just block and report that one. My new one is Russ Comedy, at Russ Comedy. I'll put that in the description. All right, everybody. Thank you so much. Love you guys. Peace.